Hello and welcome to episode 177 of the GameBrew podcast, the bi-weekly video game podcast where we sip delicious bevs and discuss video games. I'm your host, Dan Dipper Pines Rots. There's something in the woods. And I'm joined by Allison Bella Goth Van Devender. Nice. Chris Tom Nook writes,
"You want to buy a house at a 0% interest rate? I'm the guy."
And Gray Leon Kennedy Manst.
Oh, I need another item.
Wait, how are you organizing this?
Oh, that just reminded me an answer to the later question.
That was definitely on it. I already had it. You're good.
Oh yeah.
On this episode of the GameBrew podcast, we asked the question. Oops, I didn't change this. We asked the question. Happy Halloween, guys? Is dress up and stuff as Halloween?
That's not a question.
That's a question for me. Happy Halloween, everybody! It's time for dressing up.
Happy Halloween, everybody!
Happy Halloween, everybody!
That's as good as mine.
All about inflection.
Trick or treat? Yeah. Question mark? Is it question mark? Is it trick or treat? Question mark or trick or treat? Exclamation point.
I think it's more of a demand. I will trick you unless you treat me.
Trick?
Well, it's actually a question. It's trick or treat. And you're supposed to be requesting, am I getting a trick or am I getting a treat? But modernly, we're just getting treats, guys.
Okay.
Because if we get tricks, someone calls the police.
Yeah, tricks got out of hand.
Also, tricks are for kids.
Also, tricks are for kids. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Tricks. There we go. Sorry.
But they aren't, because then you'll get the police called on you. No razor blades in the candy.
Remember when people were like, "Watch out for the drugs that people are giving." Man, if people were giving out free drugs like that.
Yeah, I would love it.
Come on.
Only the people
That's not happening. People
don't understand expensive drugs.
People aren't just giving out free drugs. Like, come on.
In my extensive research, there has been no deaths related to Halloween candy ever.
That's some good research.
In your extensive
it's propaganda.
Research? Yeah.
I mean, I believe that 100% because most of that stuff is propaganda. But what's interesting to me is you said in your extensive research. So what research paper was this for that you were doing this previously?
I did a whole in-dive depth, when I used to pod at the other thing. And it's the only time that's ever been close is some guy tried to cyanide his own kids.
Gross.
Watch out for your dads, everyone.
With giant pitsy sticks.
Yeah, watch out for your dad. I did see
not as strangers.
I saw a TikTok.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok where there was a person that were like, "Guys, be careful because I just opened up the Snicker bar and I found a full Allen wrench set inside, and it just had a bunch of different Allen wrenches stuck in the Snickers bar."
I love that meme. There's like sometimes it'll be like, "Watch out, someone put Humphreys McGee," and it'll have like a picture of the light show in it.
Yeah,
just stupid shit.
All right. Well, hey, but this is the GameBrew podcast. So first, it's time for a bev. Chris.
Yeah.
What are you drinking this week?
Well, it's still October, even though Oktoberfest is done. It's not here. It's still going strong here. I'm drinking the Tucker Fest beer.
Tucher.
Yeah, it does kind of look like fucker though.
It does kind of look like. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a brewery that is not from Munich. It's kind of near Nuremberg. But still a good fest beer.
Nice.
More kind of like in the lager vein of things, and less of a Marzen. But still very good, very refreshing and light.
I drank a lot of Marzens this year instead of fest beers, and I was like, they're heavy. They started to get heavy for me after a while.
They're heavy, but they're delicious.
They are delicious. So how was it, Chris? Give us your
good. Chuggability is off the charts, as you would want a fest beer to be.
Or it's since it's a Tucher, it's off the charts, right?
Yeah, Tucher. I just met her. That old chestnut.
That old chestnut. Gray, what are you drinking this evening?
Oh, I just been chewing on some herbs.
Chewing on some herbs. What a cool way to say that.
Which ones? Green or red or yellow?
Ooh. Did you combine them?
Oh, you got to combine them first because it feels like I get like more health.
Did you
if I
do
have all three
green
at the
with
same
green
time.
or green with red?
No, green, red, yellow, all the way, man.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow, got to increase your max health.
Full
bar,
rainbow,
yeah.
the full rainbow.
Oh wow.
But since I'm on duty later, I'm just drinking tea.
Oh, okay.
With my herbs.
To kill zombies.
Tea is brew.
Technically, it's a brew.
Tea.
What kind of
coffee?
tea is it?
Well, yeah. Yep. Question.
Oh, Southern all the way. Sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
Oh.
Did you brew it yourself or?
Oh no, I don't have these containers at home.
That's the cutest little gallon-shaped not gallon ever.
It's is that a half gallon? Ooh. Oh, pinky out. Fancy.
It's a quarter gallon.
Okay.
And what brand is that?
Schneider's.
Like the pretzel?
No, that's Snyder's. Oh, it is. Oh, nice.
They make tea?
No, that's Schneider's.
Schneider's.
No, Snyder's of Hanover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SNYDER is the pretzel.
That's
Schneider's.
I was very confused. Okay, I'm on board.
Allison, what are you imbibing this evening?
Okay, so I accidentally took a little taste because it was too full, and we'll talk about it.
You don't have to accidentally.
Like you did that on purpose.
You can drink things on purpose. Ooh, it's green.
No, I wanted to drink things with you guys for the first time. Okay, so it smells weird. Okay, so this is the Beetlejuice Haunted Apple Fanta.
Oh, okay.
Did you use haunted apples in it?
I used Malibu pineapple, and I think that was a poor choice.
Ooh, apples and
combo is bad.
Yeah, apples and pineapple.
Well, I didn't think about it when that's all the Malibu I have is pineapple. So it was either that or it's spiced rum. And spiced rum, I don't know.
No.
Maybe it would have been better.
Actually, that probably would have been better. Then it would have been more like
clear rum
like
probably
apple
would have been
cinnamon.
the best choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, plain clear rum would have been the best, but I didn't have it. So
Get it.
The only way I can describe it, and the second
Bad.
is you know how an apple candle smells?
Yes.
That's how this tastes.
Waxy?
Like,
no, it
like
you know how you smell something, and then when you taste something, it smells, or it tastes how something smells.
Yeah, it's like the most overbearing like type of apple flavor.
Fake apple.
Yeah. Oh
like,
boy.
and not like an apple candy. I mean, like the smell. It's got like that like fragrancy taste. It's very bad. I will choke this down, and then maybe I'll try
That's
my
what
Kraken with it. I don't know.
That seems bad.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck.
So Allison just made a new cough syrup. Basically.
Yeah, but worse maybe. No one do this.
Love the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
Just don't do this.
Is that a new entrant to the board?
Wilhelm scream? No, that's been on there for a while.
Has it?
Yeah. How dare you not know that, Chris? Slap.
No, it's no.
And the
I always
is
low.
one Walmart candle out of one. It's like
on
you can't
clearance.
have a candle, guys. Don't do this. Just don't do this.
Don't drink candles. We know.
I tried things
into.
with no recipe, so you don't have to. And this one just.
But like, I could have told you that was going to be bad.
You could have, but there's a reason Gray sent me like recipes and.
I was about to say this hurts my soul every time you come on without a recipe. When I gave you guidelines.
I know, Gray, but this is what people love about me. Is that
this is the content that Allison brings.
You just throw sense away.
If I brought a great drink every time that everyone knows is great, would
like
this
me
be interesting?
Yeah,
no, I only drink good things.
Yeah, now you know. Do not.
Chris is the good drink drinker.
Yeah,
I've done it for you. I am the jackass of drinks.
But also, you don't have you don't have to though, because
no one's asking you to do.
No one's asking. You're just doing it, and
this is off the top of my rainbow unicorn head. It all makes sense until I actually try it. Okay.
No one's ever been like, apples and pineapples. I want that together.
It sounded like fruity and tropic.
Well,
apples
it has
are never
apple in
tropical.
both of it.
The only time that's been good together is whenever there's pens around it. Whenever it's a pen, pineapple, apple pen.
See,
right?
There's a song in everything.
I have
There's
a
a song.
pen.
Yeah, but he didn't mix them. He
I
just
have
put them
an
next to each
apple.
other.
No, he did.
Apple pen. I have a pen. I have pineapple.
Yeah.
Pineapple pen.
Oh, I guess you'd have to put them
Apple
together.
pen. Pineapple
Mhm.
pen.
Okay, well, I took the
pen
song in
pineapple.
a step further, and don't do it, everyone.
Don't do
and
it.
now
Well, maybe you just need to put a pen in it.
Oh, that's what it is. That's the
That's
step
what you're
you're
missing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stick a
That's
pen in
my
it.
fault. I put a chopstick in it to stir it. So there you
Got
go.
it.
Oh,
Got it.
I
should have used a pen.
It's my fault.
Should have used a pen.
rookie.
My turn. I'm drinking because it's Halloween. I'm drinking Stone IPA's Enjoy by 103124.
A great name for a
What? That's
Halloween
so cool.
beer.
Yeah.
What kind of I mean, is it aggressively hoppy?
Yeah.
Stone,
it's
Stone's standard fare.
it's a hazy IPA, just standard
okay.
India Pale Ale, but it's also 9.4 ABV. So. Ooh. Yeah, it's toasty. I had these. Nice. I drank a couple of these on Friday because the new Black Ops came out and we were playing that at night.
Oh,
I got toasty.
Oh,
we'll get to that. I guess.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So chuggability, mild, like a mild chuggability. You can't really, if you try to drink it fast, you start to realize how alcohol-y it is, and then that doesn't
Challenge
taste
accepted.
good. But but when it's cold and you take like a good mouthful, you get a lot of that flavor. You do get like this sort of alcohol like burn and buzz from it, but it has that like refreshing
good full mouthfeel.
Yeah, it does that refreshing hazy IPA feeling.
Nice.
Yeah, like so that. It's good. It's good. I like it. I like the Stone. They do the Enjoy because they usually do like the Enjoy buy for holidays.
It's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah,
they do like 1031. They have the 420.
Nice.
I think they have like a 1225 too.
Yeah, I need to give them another shot. Like I kind of have in my head kind of been like, well, nope, that's Stone. That's just going to be stupid hoppy. And well, I mean, that's what they did forever. Like that was their whole thing.
Pretty much. Yeah.
With like Arrogant Bastard and that stuff. But.
So you guys next time have to drink Coors Banquet, by the way.
Yes, that's the plan for next time.
Okay, or we could do it for Thanksgiving because that kind of has a Thanksgiving.
Ooh, we could do it during Thanksgiving.
I could wait. Okay.
But the reason I say that is because like I know for whatever like for some people like they drink Coors Banquet on like Thanksgiving. Like that's
really?
I feel like I've heard people say that.
I drink.
It's the banquet beer, and Thanksgiving is a banquet.
It's a banquet.
It's on theme. I get it.
But yeah, so that's what we're drinking, and we'll be drinking that eventually soon too. So now this is a beer and video games podcast. Now we're going to talk about video games. I'm going to start since I wasn't here last time. And I'm just going to go through.
I want to hear your how Blop 6 is.
So first things first. I played and beat Silent Hill 2 remake. Really good, really great. Love the voice actor for James. Everybody who was voice acting in this game really like gave it their all. And it was creepy and scary and upsetting. So everything
you would want from
everything you want Silent Hill 2 to be. Really good, like really fun. They changed like enough of it that you can like that it's worth the money. Also, there are a bunch of different endings. I accidentally got the ending that I think is like the most canon ending, but there's like a few other ones that you could do, and it's always crazy because it's like the way to get those endings is like, oh, you have to like look at all of these things in your inventory for a certain amount of time, or like never look at this thing in your inventory.
What do you mean by like look at them?
Like just open up your inventory and look at a thing.
Like you have to read it. Like is it like looking at it meaning like reading it or like
no, like just
like hitting the button to read it or just
no, it's just like
can you just go like to it for a second and then you get it, or like do you have to be there a certain amount?
Apparently, it's how long you spend like examining it in your inventory. Oh. So it's like it changes. So it's also kind of crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. And then some of them is like finding stuff, like the classic Silent Hill 2, finding out there's a dog that's running everything. is one of the endings. That is just a corgi has been or a Shiba. I can't remember what it is. I think it's a Shiba Inu.
I think it's a Shiba.
Yeah, is the conspiracy running the whole town. But that was very good. I really enjoyed it. If you like Silent Hill, you will like Silent Hill 2. It's so funny
What
because
if you don't like Silent Hill?
if you don't like Silent Hill,
Then there's something wrong with you.
Then
and Allison
do something
would love
else.
to have a therapy
But I don't like
session.
scary games.
We can have a therapy session. We'll get
Uh,
you through it.
Well, that's not
Really
true.
is the
Yeah.
immersive
I
therapy.
I like. No, I'm not going to start talking like fucking little scoops.
Yeah, I was getting triggered.
I got twicked. Did you see Dan looking for that right now?
I did, and I would like to
Whittle
Yeah, there he
Scoops
is.
loves scary video
I'm
games.
so glad we paused long enough. That
Good
this is
thing
relevant.
Will Scoops can't buy mature video games.
No,
'cause-
Little Scoops is too small. The other thing, it's October. I play scary games during October. I also beat the Dark Pictures anthology, Devil in Me.
Nice.
What's that?
So the Dark Pictures anthology is like along the same vein of the Until Dark games game, which is where it's a scary like adventure / mystery game where usually there's a serial killer or a murderer who's trying to kill you, and you have to make decisions to avoid getting killed.
Until dawn or
Until Dawn, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the casting of Frank Stone is a new one that's on there.
That's a good one.
But yeah, so the Dark Pictures anthology is a collection of 4 games that it's going to continue. There's going to be more coming out, but it's a collection of 4 games that are all scary, and they're all based in like real life horror stories. The one that I beat recently was called Devil in Me, which is based on H.H. Holmes, one of the first like recorded serial killers in in American history. He ran the World's Fair Hotel, which was basically just a big murder house, where he would have people come in, they would have people stay at his hotel, and then he would kidnap them, murder them, do experiments on them, all this kind of stuff. He was charged for like 6 murders, but he confessed to hundreds whenever he was killed.
And I can't stress enough, if you guys like horror games and haven't played these, like they're really good.
Oh, they're great.
I feel like they're ones that people don't know about until they do, and then it's like there's a world of things for you to play right now. If this is your cup of tea, like please jump on these. It's the right time of year. They're really great.
Yes.
I didn't get through all of them, but yeah.
Yeah. So I'm continuing to play through those. I think I did Man of Medan a while ago. I haven't played Little Hope and House of Ashes are the 2 that I still need to do.
Those are good.
Yeah, but also Black Ops 6 came out on Friday.
Yeah.
It's great. The story is so fun. The campaign is so fun because Black Ops is all about like it's not just straight up like what Modern Warfare is, where it's like here's a place you go and kill all the insurgents, and then you go to the next level where you do this stuff. In like the second mission, you are masquerading as a camera operator, and you're like doing missions. You're like sneaking around to try and like convince a guy to take a picture of his eye with like a fancy camera so that you can use his eye as a retina scan to get in. So it's like almost like half the level isn't actually shooting. It's just sneaking and doing like puzzles and stuff like that.
Nice.
There's a lot of puzzles to solve. It's really great. I really love the campaign. Best one I've played in a really long time from Call of Duty. Round-based zombies is great. I've already found most of the steps to do the Easter egg on one of the zombies levels.
Did you figure it out yourself?
I did most of it. There was one thing I couldn't find, so I did look up the one piece. But in general, I've kind of been doing everything else myself.
Very cool.
It's fun. Really enjoy it. Round-based zombies, great. And multiplayer is great. It's multiplayer. It's Black Ops multiplayer.
It's
a little faster. Yeah. It's a little faster than the previous one, like the Modern Warfare multiplayer, the time to kill is pretty slow, but this one's pretty fast. So yeah, but that's what I've been doing. Allison, what about you?
I'm not really going to talk about anything I've been playing because I haven't really been playing much. Just Little League.
Little League.
So
you're too big. You shouldn't. You shouldn't be playing in Little League, Allison. You're far too old for that at this point.
But what I will talk about is the fact that League of Legends World Championships have been going on. So I'll talk about that because I've been watching. So I kind of feel a little rejuvenated in watching. I was, recently I haven't been as vibed about it. And that's usually because I don't feel connected to the players. Usually I have to have a player that I'm like, oh, I want them to win. It's not really about teams for me necessarily. Like I'm not rooting for NA. We don't win. That's okay. So it's just like I have to have players that I'm invested in. And I used to be invested in Doublelift, and he stopped playing. And Lust Boy was my support favorite, and he's not playing anymore. So because I didn't really have people, I wasn't that interested. But they actually released a little biography on Faker, which I don't know if you guys know who Faker is, but if anybody knows anything about League of Legends esports, it's about Faker. They talk about the big three as far as the most popular things to come, or the most profitable and popular things to come out of Korea. One of them is Faker, and then BTS, and then there's one other one, and I can't remember what the other one
Faker's
was.
above BTS.
Wow.
Faker's above BTS. There's actually a video I watched where it was like a bunch of K-pop groups, and they were talking about Faker. And one of the guys is like, who's Faker? And they're like, how do you not know who Faker is? And they just like start trashing him because they're like, you're Korean. And it's pretty funny. They're like, he's like, I don't know, is he a celebrity? They're like, he is the celebrity. And it's like a whole thing. Faker is big. So the games have gotten down to the semifinals. Actually today was the one that I was most interested in, which was Faker's team, which is T1. Went against Genji, and T1's going into the finals, which will now wait and play in February. And then the other team that's going through is Bilibili, which is fun to say.
Bilibili.
And is a Chinese team. So it's
Nice.
going to be a Korean team versus a Chinese team in the finals in February. And if you guys have any interest in esports or League of Legends and you have not seen the documentary that they made inducting Faker into the Hall of Fame that they've created for League of Legends esports, please go watch it. It's actually really good, and it made me really like him as a person. And he talked about his growth as just kind of having a big ego, and now like he's playing completely different. And it showed in Worlds because like they were doing some goofy stuff that I would never expect to see in a Worlds game, where they just acted like it was no big deal. And this was supposed to be the only team that could really contest them, essentially. And they just like did some wild, funny things. Like Faker turned into Blue Buff, which I know doesn't mean a lot maybe for a lot of people who don't know League of Legends, but he turned into Blue Buff as Nico up near Baron when they were having a big Baron fight, and just walked out. And that's not believable. Like, you're supposed to use Nico's thing to cloak yourself as something that you can hide and then pop out. And he just walked out as Blue Buff, and everybody knows it's actually Faker, that it's not the Blue Buff. He's not hiding. Like, it was just really goofy and fun, and it was a really good watch.
Nice.
So yeah, anyway, that's it.
That's pretty
all
cool.
I've been doing this week is watching that.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool. Chris, what have you been playing?
Well, I've been continuing my struggle to get all the achievements in Hearts of Iron 4.
Your achievement hunt, nice.
Yeah. So, the ones that I've done recently that were interesting, I did one called Crush the Dream, as Communist United Kingdom crushed the American dream by puppeting the US.
Okay.
Which I had to do twice, because the first time I didn't realize you had to do this one thing that gets locked out if you defeat the US too quickly. So I defeated the US and then realized that I hadn't done the one thing, so I had to go back and do it again, which sucks because that's like 2 to 3 hours. But yeah, and then I also did one called Sunset Invasion, occupy coastal province in Europe as Mexico, and Yeah, so that's a good one.
That's funny. Imagine that. That's so hard. Makes so
there's
little
some
sense.
there's some pretty silly ones.
Oh,
One of the really good ones, as Sweden own and control Danzig. So Danzig is basically the catalyst for World War II.
yeah.
Germany asked for Danzig, Poland says no. So I had to join. As Sweden, I joined up with the Axis powers and demanded Danzig after we won the World War II, basically. But the it's called Danzig Queen, which was the main reason I wanted to get it because ABBA's awesome.
ABBA is awesome. There's gonna be so much ABBA at my wedding. Oh my god.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been up to, which I know is kind of not exciting, but
No, dude, that's like the most exciting because that's like we've talked about it before, where it's like playing games in a different way. Like it's like you're not just playing to win; you're playing to do the achievement.
I already know how to win.
Yeah, you know how to win. So now it's like I'm doing
I'm just
all the
doing
other
obscure,
things.
really weird bullshit with it. And it can be frustrating sometimes, but it's I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Nice, very cool. And Gray, what about you? What are you playing?
I've been pretty busy with some estate business and getting some stuff taken care of. So I've mostly been playing TFT.
Nice.
I'm actually really enjoying it.
You
some
haven't
of the seasons and the characters. Yes.
Wait, but you've been playing Teamfight Tactics for a while. I think you're the only person I've seen ever play Teamfight Tactics and has like the highest rank in that versus like their League of Legends rank.
Oh yeah, I definitely play TFT way more than League of Legends.
Probably
Nice.
Carry too, actually.
Yeah.
They're the same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
it's great.
what do you like about this season? Because I'm struggling to like any of the like pairings except one or two I can make work. I don't know why. I can't make a lot of it work.
It's the whole thing with TFT is like the first like the dummy rounds when you're first getting your stuff, like that you really have to lean into what they give you right off the bat. So it's like you kind of let that dictate what you play through. But there's definitely they definitely nerfed the Eldritch beast that you get.
Yeah, that was
because it used to crush.
That was really crazy at first. I was like, you just play this or nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. Is it that and like Portal was really heavy set because it just threw out so much stuff all at once.
Portal's so late though. I have trouble like making it work. Maybe I've played that after the nerf, but yeah, that one's tough.
Yeah, definitely. But so they've nerfed a couple of things, but I just like some of the setups, and I've been playing with basically mixing, mashing, and combining a bunch of stuff, and it's been a lot of fun.
Nice, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do.
And I just ordered Black Ops 6 because I forgot it came out Friday, and I ordered it 3 seconds ago.
Nice.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Can you give us a sponsorship?
If you have Game Pass, it's free. So if you have Game Pass for Xbox, you can get it through that. And then you can come play zombies with me. Yeah, so make sure you do that. Very cool. All right. Well, speaking of things that are all right. All right. It's time to go to the topic. Which is
that was a smooth transition.
You're welcome. Listen,
everything you do is smooth.
Listen, I love smooth transitions. I keep getting older and they stay the same age. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I'm so glad you're back to host because I couldn't do it, and then everybody made me get drunk, and then it all spiraled. So
I don't think everybody is a good word. I think Carrie made you get drunk.
Carrie, not just Carrie. We also have the same Gray here.
You were all instigating. All of you. Shame.
All 2 of you.
For shame.
There was bits part I don't remember.
Hey Dan, what's the
Well, Scoop says drink responsibly.
Shut up, Will Scoops. You don't know anything about alcohol.
It's true. He doesn't. He doesn't. All right. So this topic is, so everyone, whenever they're like dressing up as like video game characters or doing all that kind of stuff, everybody always dresses up as the main character from the video games. Your Leon Kennedys, your Links, you've got your freaking Super Mario Brothers. But I don't want to hear about that. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of main characters. I'm tired of this crap. I want to know what NPC, like tertiary, quaternary character you think would be a really good Halloween costume. All right.
Cool.
And why? And why? Yeah. Go ahead,
Bella
Allison.
Goth.
That's who you are.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting that you would pick that.
It's so weird, right? Okay, so here's what I was thinking, right? I was trying to think of something that's a little different. And I know a lot of people maybe don't play Sims, but what people don't know who don't play Sims is that there is actually a storyline. There is a storyline that is woven actually throughout all the Sims. It's like the same timeline at different times, depending on if you're playing 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now, 4 is actually apparently not exactly in line with this timeline thing that they were doing.
Is this like a Zelda split situation of timeline?
There's a lot of theories that fans have made about 4 and how in 3 they introduced a time machine, and the whole thing is, okay, hold on, let me start from the beginning.
Yeah, start from the beginning. I gotta get all the lore. Give me all the lore.
I'm going to give you
This is going to be a 1-paragraph thing because there's not much.
No, there's a lot. I am just going to tell you Bella Goth's lore.
Okay.
And it is, I'm going to try to make it concise because it's not. I know you think it is. Okay, so in The Sims 1, Bella Goth is married to Mortimer Goth. Mm-hmm. He is rich bitch. So they're very well off and they have a whole like love story and everything seems fine and dandy and great. In The Sims 2, Bella Goth goes missing. And there's a whole storyline that suggests very heavily she was abducted by aliens.
That's a thing that could happen in The Sims, though.
In The Sims 2, there are 3, I think, different towns you can be in, but we're only going to talk about 2. Pleasantville, which is where the Goths live. And then there's Strangeville now. Strangeville is where
they would live in Strangeville, right?
No, because Strangeville is where all of the paranormal things happen. Bella Goth is obsessed with the paranormal. It's canonic for her. So she is going to the house of her daughter's husband, so her son-in-law, and he makes a pass at her, and she denies him. And then all of a sudden she's abducted from his roof. There's a lot of things that lean into that he probably had this happen if she would have said no, and she was abducted out of the life so he couldn't get in trouble and he could continue to pursue the Goth money. Instead of being Bella, then it was the daughter. Okay? So they continue. They have a life. Mortimer Goth is happy she's gone because now he has a younger wife who happens to be half alien.
Oh, okay. All right.
So this is all kind of pinning together as a conspiracy to get Bella out so that they can go ahead and move in on this money in different ways. So Bella Goth is missing. However, you can find her in Sims 1, you could play her. In Sims 2, she stops being a playable character. And now she is just a person who's missing. And if you go to Strangeville, you can find her walking around as an NPC. But she has no memories. So we don't know if her memory was wiped, what happened. There's also like a whole thing of she could have been murdered after that, after you find her, because then she's gone. And then in Sims 4, she doesn't exist. Or Sims 3, she exists in the game as a dead body. So you could go to her gravestone and you see where she passed away. And then there's this whole thing about, was she murdered or did she die naturally or what happened to her? Because it's never fully like sealed after that, what occurs to her. And then in Sims 4, it's like a time jump and she's back and everything's good. And they're a happy family together again, like nothing ever happened. So the theory is that's an alternate timeline because the son goes back in time in one of the games. Whole thing, you find a book he wrote about the murder of his mom in the game. And so there's a lot of lore here. She's a very interesting character. She is the most interesting character in the Sims games. And I think she's a wonderful NPC to be at like cons or Halloween.
But you said she was a playable character before, so technically
she was, but she's not anymore.
Always.
That's why I'm saying she's an NPC.
I think the statute of limitations has run out on her being a playable character.
It's she's not always a playable character, and that's my argument. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And I probably got a lot of this wrong because I also forgot to mention there's a time period where you could play her as a child. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Pip does ask it. Are you sure this isn't a fever dream that you had, Allison?
It's not.
Because it kind of sounds like that.
It could be.
Carrie, play the storyline. It's interesting.
Anyways, so the real best non-playable character to dress up as is Tom Nook.
Obviously,
because he's he loves capitalism, but also he's really fair. He doesn't charge interest ever. But immediately once you pay off that loan, he's going to ask you if you want another loan.
do you want a bigger house? Hey, I could add a bedroom on your house.
Hey, I mean, it's free. It's basically free. Like, you might as well.
Hey, it's free real estate.
To be fair,
it's literally free real estate.
To be fair, Tom Nook is the only capitalistic character anyone loves, and he really is a good guy. Nobody hates Tom Nook.
Nope.
Monopoly Man.
He's a little schemy sometimes.
Monopoly Man breaks up friendships.
Monopoly Man's evil.
Animal Crossing.
And actually, the other person that I was thinking of, mostly because of Gray Man, is the merchant from Resident Evil.
Yes.
What are you buying? That guy.
What are you selling?
Not enough cash. That guy rules.
He's really good.
And would be a great Halloween cosplay. Halloween costume /
I'll
cosplay.
take that for the right price.
I saw.
Thank you.
You just have a bunch of stuff on inside your coat. I
thought about doing him for like MagFest.
That would be good. You would be good as that. And then you just have, and then like if people come up and offer you money,
yeah, I could trade shit. It would be awesome.
Stuff. Be cool.
Yeah, that would also be a good those like medics or whatever, the cosplay medics. That'd be good for a cosplay.
Oh yeah,
medic
the ones with like the repair guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Allison, I fixed it already. You're good. Nice, very cool. I'll give you a couple of mine while I'm here. So mine are like I love costumes that are minimal effort, but like if
opposite of of Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, exactly. Minimum effort. But like I do like a Sadie Adler as a character in Red Dead Redemption 2, which is basically you just dress up as a cowboy lady, but a little bit
cowboy lady,
but more like rough and tumble. Like it's more of a like you've had an actual like Western life, which is awful. Your husband dies, you get pulled into a gang, and then you have to basically just become a murderer. It's crazy. And then the other one is Mr. House. I think would be really cool because then you just wear like a suit and like you have like the pencil stash, but then you just get a cardboard box and then you like cut it out and you like put it over your head. So it's
but you'd have to like because like wasn't it like a kind of like a grayish or like greenish TV?
It's green, so you'd have to do like a green filter over it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Or like paint your face green would be.
I am excited to see Mr. House in action in the next season of Fallout.
Yes, I do, because he's the CEO of Robotech.
Yeah, you see him at the end of the season.
Yeah. So those are two of mine. I have other ones, but those are where I think are pretty cool. Gray, what about you? What NPCs do you think would be really good costumes for Halloween?
See, I would want to go kind of crazy with it. I'd be like, obviously, because Zelda has a special place in my heart. I would do like a Zora or a Goron costume. I think that would be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
But like, if it was the Goron costume, you definitely have to do like those kids that like are Transformers and they can actually transform into cars.
Yeah.
You transform into a big rolly ball.
Curl into a rock like they do whenever they go to sleep or
the
whatever.
kid in Hook.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking Navi is really good too, and I feel like that's underdone.
How?
Like, see, that's the thing. So I feel like you could do it a couple different ways. You could either go pure fairy because, like, what does she look like? And you could just go around and follow every link and just say,
costume, yeah.
I thought about doing that at like MagFest and just running up to every link and go, hey, listen, and just like screaming at them, and like then everyone would get it, right? But or you do like a big ball,
just like, a big
those
like
blow
a big
up, those blow up balls that you can wear with wings.
You'd have to put Christmas lights in it.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, you wrap yourself with lights. I don't know. I'd figure it out. I'd have to really theory craft it, but I thought either way was good.
Or get like a drone and like put just a speaker on it that just follows all the world. Hey,
the big spotlight on it.
That's also fun. See, I was thinking about Navi, and I'm like, this could go so many ways.
Yeah, I have seen some Midnas, which were cool. And I guess you can technically kind of play as Midna because she just rides on your back and attacks shit.
Yeah.
But also, what's the guy's Beetle? Beetle's good from that. Too.
Oh, Beetle, the
guy from he was in
Breath of the Wild.
No, he was in Breath of the Wild, but he was also in what's the cell shaded one?
He was in Wind Waker.
Wind Waker. Thank you.
Yeah.
That or the Monster Mask guy.
Ooh, the Happy Mask salesman. Yeah.
No.
The monster from Breath of the Wild.
He creates Monster Mask,
but also the Happy Mask salesman.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Also, what's his name? The green dude. Oh my gosh.
Tingle.
Yeah. Tingle. So many good characters from that series.
Yeah, there was a really good Beetle at MagFest that brought me a lot of joy. So I think that's it. Like a lot of times with NPCs.
Do you think a Tingle could bring you a lot of joy?
Yes, I do.
As long as he drew you a map.
I definitely think like when it goes to NPCs, you want to think of something like creative, something that brings people joy. Often is what you're thinking of when you want an NPC outfit, right? And that's why I was thinking like Bella Goth is really weird, and technically it's just a red dress and certain makeup, right? And a necklace. That's really all it is. With the little this, I would wear this if I was actually wearing it out in public,
right?
And the people who will know, and they're your people immediately, right? You don't have to talk. It's going to be like, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is fun. I need to tell you this is fun. I need to acknowledge this because we don't see it a lot. That's what I think of when I went like an NPC cosplay. Like all of Animal Crossing, I think you could be pretty much any of those. And that's instant joy for everybody who loves those games. Whereas when it's like main character, you feel like, oh, that's really cool. But when it's like an off NPC, you're like, this is wonderful. And this tickles a special little spot in my heart, and thank you for it.
I honestly prefer, like, I feel like because main characters are so overdone, when you see like a cool NPC, it's even
then you're
cooler.
like, yeah, that's really great.
That's
I think
bad,
I saw one time two people dressed up as a busted up car, and then the guy from Street Fighter who goes, "Oh no, my car!"
That's perfect. Yeah,
it's like that's like a costume only for the people who know Street Fighter. Who know what you're talking about.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, a great idea for anyone who's trying to do a big group costume thing. Pokemon gym leaders, we did that once.
That's a good one. You could
do
the
Bomber Gang from Majora's Mask would be fun.
You could do all the love interests from Stardew Valley if you want to.
Yeah.
So basically just every NPC.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think the joy of being an NPC too is, I mean, obviously Dan touched on it and Allison touched on it, is like getting to interact with the main character at like a convention or something.
Oh yeah,
like just being Navi and going up and just annoying Links. Or I definitely saw somebody that went as Bruce Wayne's parents.
Oh
Oh,
no!
yes.
And
Oh,
they fell
Uncle
down dead in
Ben's.
front of
That
every
reminded me-
Batwin.
So
Yeah.
at MagFest one year, there was a guy that was dressed up as Spider-Man, and he was hanging out with like a cop outline of a body, but he made it out of Uncle Ben's rice
I
boxes.
forgot
Oh.
that. Yeah.
Oh,
It
jeez.
It was just on the floor, and he would be
was
standing there,
amazing.
like, for
it was so
pictures.
funny.
It was good. It was
That's
really good.
great.
I'm surprised you haven't seen said Pyramid Head.
It's too easy.
Yeah, it's too. That gives main character energy. Well, also
It is.
spoilers. Hold on. Spoiler alert. Silent Hill 2. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to be spoiled by this game that's like 20 years old, it is the main character. The Pyramid Head
Right.
is like the main character's like psyche, creating this.
So there's
awful-
layers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like I was trying to think of things that weren't like super obvious and easy. I almost came as Claptrap, guys. I almost like put a
God.
piece of cardboard in front of me and was Claptrap because I love Claptrap. And I think like Borderlands has a lot of like really quality, interesting NPCs that you could always be, and they're so artistic.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of great, memorable NPCs.
Yeah.
From Borderlands for sure.
You could be Shooty McShoot Face. That was a good one.
That was also on my maybe. I was like, I can make this mask in time. Should I do this? But no, we went easier.
I really enjoy Marcus. That he's Russian, but very much a capitalist.
Yeah.
Another great capitalist.
I got a question for you guys. Is there
Yeah.
other characters that you would consider like almost two main character energy, kind of like Pyramid Head? I mean, I know Pyramid Head's like
like
psyche
secondary
personified,
characters
but just
that are.
yeah, that are like almost pinnacle to the franchise in such a way that they kind of are main character.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was struggling with like Isabelle because I have an Isabelle cosplay, so I was going to just wear that. But she's also playable in Super Smash Brothers, but she's not a main character.
But she's
Right.
basically who you
Playable.
interact with her every single day.
Right.
Like,
And so I was like,
Right.
she is more like main character than Tom Nook. Like Tom Nook, you just pay him. So I don't know. It's like even in the game, I felt like maybe she was too integral. And then she has her own life that she spun off to in the like internet zeitgeist, right? Where it's like she
Where
has her own.
She fought demons and
She fought demons. Like she feels a little too main character for not a main character. That was one I thought of. What else is there? I know there are others.
I mean,
but
like Pikachu.
Sure.
I mean,
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemon in
any
general.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Any of the main Pokemon, like they're not the characters you play, but you do use them to battle, and I thought those definitely wouldn't work.
This
But
isn't
kinda
really like video
Kingdom
gaming.
Hearts.
Yeah, like Kingdom Hearts stuff.
Yeah.
What's it? Harley Quinn.
Mhm.
That's like one that exploded where it's like she kind of didn't have main character energy, but now she does have main character energy.
I'm sure I can think of a bunch, not on the spot, but for some reason
Yeah.
I'm drawing blanks.
Toad
Toad.
Oh,
and Bowser.
Luigi, he has his own game though.
Bowser has more main character energy than Luigi even does.
It's true.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. And he doesn't have his own game, so you're never actually playing him. So that's a really good one, I think.
Yeah, but you can play him in. It's kind of similar to Isabelle.
Smash, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I just thought of a
They have
real
Sephiroth.
Well,
Sephiroth.
Sephiroth has
Yeah.
big main character energy.
Good call. That's a good one.
I just thought of a really good niche costume to do. So you dress up as a butler, and then but you have like like you make it so like your skin's kind of blue. You have icicles hanging from your nose, and you're carrying around a plate. And then you're Lara Croft's butler from the first
Oh my gosh.
Tomb Raider game, who you can lock in the freezer whenever
Oh,
you're.
they do that in the movie too.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of, we haven't watched a movie. It's been a year since we've watched a movie.
I know we haven't watched a movie. We'll have
Because
to
the
do
last
that
one we
soon.
did was for Halloween because it was Werewolves
that's
Within.
right. That's right. I've been
That
watching-
great.
Chris and I watched Borderlands. We're ready.
That's true. We did. Yeah, when
did?
Allison was here for Oktoberfest, and that night we watched Borderlands. It's
a movie.
not great.
Okay. Wow.
It's pretty bad. It's very forgettable. Casting choices were very poor, which we kind of all knew. But
yeah.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to. Maybe Gray and I will watch that, and then we'll do a little game view podcast on that.
Nice.
It's literally why I've been avoiding it. It's because everybody
just,
tells me it's
I feel like it's
We're gonna force you. I'm so sorry. I'm
like,
so sorry.
I've heard that it's like bad in a way that's like not good. Like there's some things that are bad in a way that's like enjoyable, but I've heard that it's bad in a way that's just bad and it's just hard to watch.
Yep.
Right. There's a lot of times where, especially for like video game, like live actions, you kind of have to like pull yourself away from the nostalgia of the game and be like, well, they took a creative turn to it and it's still action packed and good in its own right. But from what I hear, this is just hot garbage in every sense of the word.
It's not even hot garbage, probably lukewarm garbage, which is worse.
At best.
I just thought of another one, Cortana. I don't think she qualifies as an NPC. What are the thoughts there?
I would. She's ancillary, but also but I would agree that it's like Gray's point, where it's like it's like a secondary character.
Yeah. She feels like a little too much for me to call an NPC for our discussion. You know?
Yeah, makes sense.
Also,
sorry, I just had another.
Paint yourself blue for it. That's anytime you have to like paint your face.
Guys, when I painted myself green for our D&D run because I wanted to be my half orc so bad, I had so many regrets.
Yeah,
that I cannot
I figured. Yeah.
Explain to you all, and now I have all this green face paint, and what am I going to do with it? Throw it away because I never want to do that again.
No, go next year. You're going to Renfest as Shrek.
Yes.
There you go.
Not even Fiona. You're going to make me
just regular Shrek. Just regular Shrek.
There were so many Lord Farquaads. There was actually
there was a lot of Shreks too.
No, there was
a lot of Shrek 2s. I love Shrek 2.
There was
great.
A Far Squad actually, and I loved that. There were a whole group that ran
Far Squad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We're really
tangent.
Today.
I know.
Tangenting. No,
it's what we're best at. Here at the GameBrew podcast, you come for bad recipes for drinks that you should never make and tangents.
That's why people are here.
I also like there's an untapped market in cosplay and Halloween costumes of like items that are from games. Like it's like what if
I want to be a companion dude.
That would be hilarious. That's hilarious. I would love that. Or like I'm the Master Sword. You just have like just a gray.
But actually, that's actually an NPC.
It's true. That's an NPC.
Oh, kind of. Well, I mean, there's definitely those people that go around. Have you ever seen the people that dress up like the car from Supernatural?
No, but that's awesome. Amazing because it is a character, though.
Yeah, because it's like all black.
Yes.
Well, it's usually girls that do it, but it's like all black leather. They have like knives and stuff hanging all over them. And then, like,
I get it.
Somewhere on their belt, they have a license plate.
Yeah,
of course,
makes sense.
That's pretty spot on.
Makes a lot.
of sense. No, I love offbeat costumes and cosplays. That's why when we try to think of like a big group cosplay, I love that we did Animal Crossing. I love that we did Squirrel Squad. I love that we did Gender Bent Sailor Moon. Like I love all these like
that was fun
things that people don't do that we can bring that are special and fun. And that's what I think this category is like things that are more unique to be and things that are special and you don't see 1,000 of at like it's great to feel like you're the main character. There's a lot of power in it. I support it. Go do it. Cosplay. Go to a con. Live your best life. This is what you should do. However, it's really fun to meet your people very quickly. Like how many people came up to us when we were running around as like Animal Crossing people?
I had so many, like I had never interacted with more strangers at MagFest.
Exactly.
Because like there were people like, yes, Tom Nook.
Yeah.
Like, this is great. I understand now why people like doing this.
Yes. When I am the obscure characters, that's when I get that. And that's because like I said, you immediately know these are your people.
Yeah.
So
except for that one Doom guy, fuck that guy.
Yeah, the guy who didn't know about Isabel at all, fuck him.
Yeah.
That
I
was very
needed his
upsetting
energy
when I
to be
heard about
with me.
that.
He needed to meet me so we could have some cool moments, and it was just awkward then.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I actually kind of prefer the more obscure things, I guess. Like like the obscure NPCs or like the I don't know. I think that they're more interesting for sure.
I think so.
It's a fun way to also almost more creative, because like what Allison was saying with being Navi, like figuring out how to make it so it's easily recognizable but still like realistic and fun. That's like, I feel like it's almost more creative that way than trying to just copy a main character. You know what I mean?
Or even that it's like, it's kind of like a way to find your people. Like whenever it's like it's like, okay, I'm dressing up as this thing. And like the people who recognize it are the people that you want to be talking to, or like the people you want to be involved with, because it's like they understand what it is, whereas like everybody else. So it's a good way of like kind of parsing down into like, who are you? You know, like we did this cosplay of Dipper and Mabel Pines, and like there were people who were just like, "Oh my god, your Gravity Falls." We're like, "Yeah, yes, great, thank you, yes,
we like you now."
And other people are like,
what are you, just wearing a shirt or something?" Yep.
Yeah, we ran around.
Are you the main character from Firewatch?
We ran around MagFest as Dipper and Mabel Pines, and I had the like Christmas lights around me, those stars.
Yes. Yep.
Nice.
And while I was in like the gaming room, because I was glowing, like that one, people liked that. It was like really recognizable immediately, and no matter if I was in that dark room, people could still find it, which was fun. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think there's a lot of times too where you'll have people who are just like, they paid somebody to make a cosplay that looks really nice, or they bought it that way and it's the main character. But the NPCs, you have to figure them out yourself a lot of the time. Like these offshoot characters, like Gray was saying, like you really have to put like the thought and work into what am I doing, which I think puts a lot of extra like oomph to it for people seeing it. And you know that the person knows the content of what they're wearing. Like nobody grabs something really obscure and puts it on and has literally no idea about a game, but they might do that with a main character just because they think the character looks cool, right?
Yeah,
true, very true.
And that happens a lot, like at MagFests and stuff. You have people who are like more model than cosplayer necessarily, and sometimes they don't really always know the character that they're being. They just think it's a cool character and they like the way that it looks. They want pictures of it.
I'm just modeling.
We're trying to win a competition.
Oh yeah, or that.
Wow. But you know, regardless, if you like dressing up as that thing, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
If you wanna work out for like 3 years to pull off a Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising costume, do it.
That's dope.
Or if you don't want to work out at all and still pull off that cosplay, I say do it.
Buy a muscle suit and then you got it.
Or just don't.
Or just don't.
Do whatever. Just take off your shirt. Just be like, I'm Senator Armstrong. People will be like, okay, cool.
I don't see it, but cool.
All right, man. Hey, I'm digging it. It's really great. Really cool.
Just own it. That's all. Convince us.
Yeah, great. So, awesome. Well, that's it. Those are our ideas. If you have ideas for different NPCs that you would like to costume as for this Halloween, or you know, any other costume event, like a convention, or like scaring your neighbors or whatever,
or going to work on a Tuesday, because dress for the job you want.
Yeah, dress for the job. Dress for the job you want. That's why I go to work in a full set of power armor.
Oh yeah.
Ray's not taking this off when he goes to work later. Actually,
I know.
it's gonna be it.
Great. So yeah, let us know. You can let us know in the chat. You can let us know in our Discord. That's by going to bit.ly/discobrew, bit.ly/discobrew. You can post anything you want there. You can hang out with us. You can ask us questions. You can post funny videos. You can post funny pictures. You can chat with us generally. It's a lot of fun. All of Bowser's Kids would be awesome, Fee.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I lost my train of thought.
You're
remember
saying
to
you can
listen to the podcast. You can listen to old episodes of by going to your favorite podcasting medium and looking for the Space Game Brew podcast. It's there's hundreds of episodes for you to listen to. You can listen to all of our opinions from the best fruits in gaming all the way to do like ethical conversations about whether or not developers have a responsibility to maintain ethics within their video games. So it gets deep, folks.
And then we also talk about things like what's your favorite element in a video game?
Yeah.
We cover everything.
We cover element. It's darkness for
Full
me.
spectrum.
But yeah, that's it. So that's all the Game Brew stuff. Allison, do you have anything to plug?
Hi, I'm Allison, and I'm getting a new computer so I could stream.
Oh yeah. What's wrong with the old one?
So my computer is currently screaming. Actually, it's the ABS. So I'm taking on too much power from something, and I don't know what it is. So instead of troubleshooting, I was going to get a new graphics card for Christmas, and I've determined that I'm just getting another computer because it was more cost effective at this point. So
yeah,
and so my computer won't scream when I do multitask or game and stream and things now. So we'll be doing that as soon as that gets here and I get it set up. Yay.
Very cool.
So you can find me at twitch.tv/Benalia. Follow me if you haven't. And I don't know what my schedule will be until I get the computer, and then I'll let you guys know.
Nice.
Great. Do you have anything to plug?
Not at the moment. Maybe some stuff in the future once some stuff calms down. But right now, just chilling.
Very cool. Chris, do you have anything to plug?
If you're on well water, make sure to let all the water out of your hot water heater once a year.
Very good. That's responsible home ownership right there, folks.
Yep, there you
Mineral
go.
buildup, correct.
And drink more water, everyone.
Drink more water in general.
No, don't do that.
No.
Don't drink water. I'll also plug my Twitch, twitch.tv/tubecrazed. You can go there to watch me play the new Call of Duty with my brothers. Allison, just power through it. Just do the rest of it right now. Ready?
It's so bad. I forgot about it. Yeah. And now.
No, but ready? And 3, 2, 1,
no!
Go.
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 No, I couldn't chug soda.
It's 2 gulps. That's all I could do. I'll keep going. Keep talking, Dan.
Okay.
I gotta tell you, I was looking. I don't know how I thought about this, but I realized that I really want to be like a Beers from Basketball custom jersey.
Oh, that would be really cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That would be that would be really great. Real big
would
fish.
Be pretty cool.
So let's see. And then there was something else I was going to mention. This is going to come out if you're listening to it. This is going to come out post Halloween. But nice, good job, Allison. But if you're here right now, have a good Halloween. Be safe out there. Give the good candy to the kids who are coming to trick or treat. Don't give them, bullshit.
Werthers.
Tiny. Don't give them Werthers. Ugh.
Werthers are great.
Kids don't want that. They don't want that, though.
I'll die on this hill. Candy corns suck, and Werthers are awesome.
I don't like candy corns at all either.
Every
but
movie
we'll get to that later. So please trick or treat responsibly. Please give out candy responsibly. If you're an adult on Halloween, please drink responsibly while you're handing out candy. Don't get too crazy. Get
crazy. I'm the devil on your shoulder. Do it.
No. Why is Allison green? Pip says, I don't think she's green.
Could be green.
I think her background's a little green. You don't look green to me.
Remember that movie, The Big Green?
I hope I'm not green.
Bug Hall was in that movie. Anyway,
I was green for the D&D one, not this one.
All right.
It's
so
still
we're
there.
with all of that said, we're going to end tonight's podcast the way that we always end the pot. Hold on. Pause for a second. It's good night. It's good night, everybody. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? Everybody.
I wrote it
Can
down.
Night,
I just get a thumbs up from everybody? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. We're going to end the podcast the way we always end the podcast, which is by saying good night,
night
everybody.
everybody.
Yay!